Question for both Jacob and Gunnar. How's it been with the helmet communication?
Yeah, no, it was cool. I got like one crack at it at one of our like last scrimmages, and after we worked through some technical difficulties, it was cool. It was real cool. Just being able to have a coach kind of give you little pointers or what they're seeing from up top, you know. So it was cool. I'm curious to see how it's gonna feel in a loud stadium, but we'll see.
Yeah, kind of like Gunnar said, I've been using it for these last couple of practices. I like the way it feels. You know, just have another set of eyes. You know, RC telling me little tips and formations and personnels, stuff like that is a big help.
And is it multiple coaches talking or just one?
No, just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
And RC you said?
Yeah.
Matt and then Michael.
We asked Coach Babers yesterday about if he's excited to go, against not your defense, and he kind of laughed and said, "Yeah, he's really excited." It kind of gave a window into the fact that you guys have been a pain in the butt to go against during the entirety of fall camp. When you look at the offense that this team has, I mean, how much confidence does it give you guys rolling into the season that you guys have been able to, a lot of fall camp, get the best in offense like this?
I mean, it's big for us. I feel like we're a top defense in the country, and I feel like we're going to get to top offense in the country. So each day it's not like one person dominating. It goes back and forth all practice. So I feel like it's good for the team.
Michael and then Jason.
Following up on the helmet communication between Doc or whatever, there was some discussion from Coach Aquino about whether it made more sense to have a linebacker do it or a safety, like a safety could talk to kind of everybody, whereas the linebacker, you have people in front of you and people behind you. In your experience so far, Jacob, what's the communication piece been like in terms of getting the information that you're getting to everybody else?
I feel like I talked to the whole defense already without the mic, so I don't feel like there'll be a problem there.
Jason and Justin.
For Rebel Wolves, what are the challenges in facing a mobile quarterback like New Mexico has?
Well, you got to be, prepared for his legs. They can do read options, and he can pull if we give him a read to pull it. And then, he obviously had that long rushing touchdown where he kept the ball and then, whips out the back. So you just got to keep your eyes on him. You got to, keep your pass rush lanes intact so that you're not giving big gaps for him to break through and scramble, so things like that.
And then for Jacob, Jared Small is a guy that appeared on the depth chart and kind of came a little bit late. What have you seen from him and what stands out about how he plays?
I feel like he's been improving his game each day. He's a vet, he's an old guy. Came in late, learned to play pretty fast for a new guy. And each day he's making big steps.
Justin and Brian.
Two-part question for Jacob. So Noah Avinger is a Servite guy. What was it like sharing the field with him at Servite? And what do you make of all the Servite players playing college football now?
It's pretty cool. We have a lot of guys from high school that made it out to D1 football. So just to go against him again, he's one of our brothers. So it's going to be fun to compete against him.
Brian and Matt.
Treydan, have you thought any time recently just about how much has changed here since your first year, that COVID year, and now on your third staff and all that? I mean, just in general?
Yeah, the program's in a completely different spot than it was when I got here. The fan base is in a different spot. The national attention we're getting is in a different spot, and it's all a testament to the guys in the room that trusted the processes of any new staff that got in here, believing in one another, loving each other, and we're finally seeing the fruits of the work we put in since way back when.
Matt and then Michael.
Bringing that to more maybe a micro sense for you in fall camp. You started fall camp, at that corner spot opposite Sicario, and then the depth chart, you're the number one star position guy. How key is it for you and for this entire defensive backroom that guys can move around and play in so many different positions?
Oh yeah, that's a big thing for us. Coach Keen always talks about he wants the best guy to be on the field. He's not sticking to depth charts. So, having position flexibility allows us to put the best guy that's going to be next up, whoever it may be, wherever they need to be. We can move guys around so that we can match up against teams in the best way possible.
think Gunnar, you're not moving around as much, but you get the luxury of having guys in front of you, whether it's Kari, whether it's Treydan, whether it's Marquise, guys that can lock down their receivers, allow you to be a rover. How much does that unlock a lot of things about your game?
Yeah, when you play in middle safety, I think it's good to know that you have corners outside that can lock it down. I think it kind of shrinks the field for the middle safety in terms of just like what you're worried about. So it's good. It's hard to find corners who are locked down. So having guys like that, outside of me, it definitely makes it easier.
Michael and Troy.
2 questions for the group. Were you able to watch the New Mexico game live on Saturday, or did you have football practice activities?
Yeah, we watched it live.
You did. How do you watch a game maybe differently than we might watch a game? Are you like trying to study the game, or you're just kind of watching it for entertainment?
No, I definitely try to study the game, find little tips and tendencies that they have. Football all around the world is kind of the same. So I see what the formation, what they're coming out, and I think what I would do in the play.
And then for everybody too, how do you feel about having morning practices as opposed to last couple of years? I think it's been like around 4 o'clock or so.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. It just changes our schedule around, just something for us to get used to. But we still have the same things we got to knock out each day: treatment, class, extra film, just different times of the day you do it. I think the only difference is, afternoon practice. If you don't have anything in the morning, you can maybe get an extra hour or 2 of sleep. But that's really it for me. That's the only difference. So, yeah.
Treydan, what do you think?
Morning practices have a lot of benefits. It allows guys to have some time to get their body right after practice, go watch film while you're still in the building, and you still have the rest of the evening to take care of your school and all that stuff. So there's a lot of benefits for sure.
Troy and Justin.
Jacob, throughout training camp and really just throughout the whole entire offseason, you've been able to see the defensive line grow from spring to this point now. Who are some guys that have really stepped up during training camp that are ready for the season? Where do you think the biggest development was on the defensive line?
I feel like we developed all over the line. I mean, I feel like they made big steps throughout the spring. We're way more aggressive now. Everybody knows the scheme. Some guys look out for Chuba, Big Zay, Trey Smith, Deuce Lane. We got a lot. Ta'i. There's a lot of them.
All right, last question to Justin.
Well, and along those lines, both Coach Akina and Coach Brennan have said that that's been the biggest surprise for this year's team. In what ways has that group maybe exceeded your expectations?
Yeah, big time. At first we didn't really know about it, and now that everything's going good, it looks good. I think Coach Joe doing a great job with them.
All right, that's our time.
Thanks, guys.